ladies and gentlemen, AWS, EWF United Forces kicking off with this huge six-man tag main event that's already happening all over the place. Mondo Vega sitting in on commentary for this important matchup.
Is this a street fight?
It looks like it just turned into one. We have the Bucks fighting outside on both ends with Freddie Bravo and Devon Willis, and in the ring is Liger Rivera and Roger Reese.
That's right, Larry. I mean, you talk about United Forces, Liger Rivera putting his high-flying, fearless attitude, teaming up with the Young Bucks up against the unorthodox team of the one Devon Willis, the overnight celebrity Roger Reese, and newcomer Freddie Bravo to the EWF.
Oh. And already Roger Reese is on the receiving end of a butt whooping, if you will, from Liger Rivera. And hey, wait a minute, Liger went out, but Devon Willis came in, and so did Matt Jackson.
Wait, is this Lucha now, or is that later?
Well, this is AWS, and we do incorporate both ways. But then again, it's EWF as well.
So does that make it AWF and EWS?
You know what that makes it? That makes it one of the best shows anyone will ever see. I swear to God. Oh, look at the action we're having. This is only the first match of the night. We still have 8 more matches to go. Now you see Freddie Bravo and Slick Nick Jackson in the ring. Side headlock applied, Nick Jackson whipping him off the ropes.
Look at this, Freddie Bravo knocking him down, now coming off the ropes. Slick Nick tries to leapfrog over him, which he does. And he gets caught over and over. Freddie Bravo catching him with a spinning back kick. Leapfrogs again off the ropes into a nice arm drag. And falls up again, this time with another drop kick.
Just how fluid are the Young Bucks? I mean, perpetual motion, these two.
They are liquid in the ring. I mean, you wouldn't have thought that just the other day they tore each other apart in that tiebreaker match, Larry, for the Inland title series.
Only a couple days ago at the Fight Before Christmas 2. And then a week before that at Holiday Fear, they went out of war with each other. And now here they are as a tag team yet again.
Wearing those nice new tights, too.
Yeah.
Matching.
Tassels. Tassels never get old, gentlemen.
Never.
Just like sparkles.
What about sparkle?
Oh, Freddie Bravo may be seeing some sparkly, shiny objects after that attempt.
Stars, if you will. Freddie Bravo, of course, coming to us by way of Tijuana, Mexico. The all-American hero, he calls himself, Freddie Bravo. And they don't like him too much down there. Oh, he's not going to like Liger Rivera much after that huge double stomp right to the elbow. And, of course, you see Devon Willis and Roger Reese, the overnight celebrity, taking exception to what they just did to their partner.
Well, Liger Rivera just tried to break the arm of Freddie Bravo, and I would be amazed if he did not, but definitely that arm now has got to be at least down to maybe 25% usable after that. And now it's Nick's turn. Nick is going to take a leap, and he just did a leg drop onto the arm.
He dropped the YB right on Freddie Bravo's arm. Ouch!
Well, you hear the crowd thoroughly enjoying this. I mean, you can't come to an AWS or an EWF show and not enjoy it. Here you have the best of both worlds, Larry. I mean, we're lucky enough to call the action on a regular basis. Mondo Vega, of course, just joining us recently in the commentary booth a couple times here and there. But you know that you're impressed with the action you're seeing in the ring, Mondo.
Oh, how could I not be? Well, you know, we've got to replace this Freddie Bravo kid. There's like about 100 wrestlers in the back. I mean, this kid doesn't have an arm anymore.
Not only in the back, but all over the place. I mean, everybody was trying to get onto the show. Everybody was calling Bart Kapitska as we see the Young Bucks showing why they deserve to be on this show. I mean, we got emails, snail mail. Here's your cover hook of the lady, too. Only getting a 2-count phone calls. People going to shop at Bart's store just to try to kiss up to him.
Smoke signals.
Smoke signals, even.
That's how Not My Warrior got booked.
That's disgusting. I thought he gave Bart a free play card to the casino.
Well, you guys stop. I mean, we have such a great talent pool here tonight on this super show, courtesy of EWF and the AWS. And as I said before in our introductions, this is the big show. This is the last and final show to close out the year 2008. This is what the fans get to look forward to in year 2009 with this huge talent pool. After a huge power slam from Liger Rivera, he only gets a 2-count on Freddie Bravo.
Now imagine if this was a regular occurrence. Like, imagine if every year we had a joint show like this. Putting the two together, I mean, the main event in of itself is a combining of the greatest talents here in Southern California. If not the entire United States, definitely all of the NWA. I mean, we have a collection, an eclectic collection of great wrestlers in the ring. As you see Matt Jackson flooring Freddie Bravo with a big forearm right to the jaw.
I said, this kid, Freddie Bravo, just bit off way more than he can chew. He's getting worn out by Liger Rivera and the Young Bucks. He needs to make a tag.
Well, he may have his chance now after sitting Matt, but Matt lands on the apron, catches himself. Tag, I believe that was a legal tag. Justin Borden's going to make it legal. Look at that springboard splash, a pair of them, and a springboard move. Nick. 1, 2, and only a 2 count. This was a great pairing on the part of Liger Rivera and the Young Bucks. They complement each other very well with their flashy aerial styles, as we just saw.
Devin Willis, no choice whatsoever there to make the save on Freddie Bravo. He needs a tag. This match ain't gonna last long at this rate.
Devon Willis, he gets very offended when you don't call him by his name, Devon.
Look at this big clothesline in the corner, and another one. Are we gonna make it a third with Liger Rivera? Oh, wait a minute. We have a double base here. Look at this shoulder!
A super duper man spear.
Super duper show no fear. Liger Rivera using the Young Bucks as if they were step stools, just killing Freddie Bravo in the corner.
I think Freddie Bravo is just maybe one high-impact move away from being done in this matchup, and that kick to the head just may be it. Look at this cover here, folds him up like an accordion, and again, Devon Willis making the save.
I bet Freddie Bravo feels like a stool right about now.
Well, Devon Willis playing the part of the goalie, if you will, making all the saves right now, keeping this match alive for his team of the overnight celebrity and, of course, the All-American hero, Freddie Bravo.
Unfortunately for Freddie Bravo, he doesn't look too much of a hero now, because Liger Rivera and the Young Bucks have pretty much had their way with him. As we just see right now, that vicious headbutt by Liger Rivera flooring him onto the ground.
I bet the Bucks and Liger wish they could bring back an old 6-man title because these guys are working so well together.
Well, you know what? If they go down to Mexico, you know they have the trios titles all over the place in Mexico. And, of course, you know... Oh! No, I might just have to scratch that off the list of Santa Claus. I think all Liger wants is for his shoulder to be back to normal after hitting it in that steel post.
Well, not only did he hit it on that steel post, after that clothesline from Freddie Bravo, he landed viciously on his shoulder. After being turned inside out on that clothesline, now Freddie Bravo has the chance to make it to his corner to tag out. He's just wearing down Liger Rivera so he can make it easier for Roger Reese as he is tagged in now.
Well, of course, you know the overnight celebrity, not one of my favorite wrestlers in any promotion whatsoever.
I like him.
You would. There's a hook of the leg and a cover. Oh, and Nick Jackson coming in to make the save this time. And this guy's just arrogant. Look at it. Just a blatant disregard for the rules. Choking out Liger Rivera behind the back of the ref. And then the Young Bucks trying to do the right thing, but all they're doing is hurting Liger Rivera in the process.
It's not a disregard for the rules. The ref can't see it, lame-o. Come on.
And at this point right now, Roger Reese realizes that his team has to come from behind. You got to believe Freddie Bravo took a great amount of punishment from the Young Bucks and Liger Rivera, and now he has to try to bring the team back onto an even playing field, as he's right now trying to wear down Liger Rivera, but Liger is struggling to try to get back up on his feet. One half of our reigning EWF Tag Team Champions.
Don't remind me.
Well, you gotta wonder how much is left in Liger's tank. I mean, they had a huge ladder match. By them, I mean famous for Fearless up against Joey Ryan and the new NWA Heritage Champion and Ryan Taylor. But Liger looked to have a little spring and step still, only getting a 2 count off of that springboard crossbody.
Whoa.
Missing a clothesline. Roger Reese comes out with a springboard clothesline of his own. Now goes for the... Oh, no, wait a minute. Thought he was going to go for the cover. Dragged him away from the Bucks, but didn't drag him far away enough as Matt was able to make the save. You know, Lalo, you talked about how coherent can Liger Rivera be considering the damage that he has suffered at the hands of that ladder match just 2 nights ago at the Fight Before Christmas. What about the Young Bucks? We had talked about the Young Bucks, how they were at a war with each other. We have to wonder just what level percentage are they? Are they at 100%? I really doubt it.
Well, you know, the bigger question that we talked about was the cohesion between the two. As you see a nice side Russian leg sweep. Hook, no hook of the leg, they'll cover. Only a 2 count, though, as Liger Rivera kicks out. But as of right now, the Young Bucks look like a well-oiled machine, Larry.
Well, that is definitely true, and they're going to have to be. They earn a shot at the reigning EWF Tag Team Champions. I understand that's going to be happening sometime in the near future.
That's right, January 9th. If Liger makes it that far, is another cover. But it's still only a 2 count. Devon Willis dropping that forearm from the second rope right across Liger's jaw.
Can someone answer me a question? How did the Young Bucks earn a tag team title match when they wrestled each other?
Well, you know, they both were tied for that Inland title series, and they decided to use that tie to go after the tag team titles rather than keep hitting each other against one another. They decided, let's team up and go after those tag titles.
Redonkulous.
Well, right now, Overnight Celebrity and Devon Willis and Freddie Bravo are the ones that look like a nice, well-oiled tag team.
Well, at this point, the way Liger Rivera is right now, being pummeled by this trio, it's going to look easy for Roger Reese and Devon Willis to look like a great, well-oiled machine as they are taking full advantage of this wounded Liger Rivera. Look at this, pulling on the hair and the arms as well. Come on.
I like that. I can appreciate that.
I'll bet you like that. And Roger Reese now again, this time dropping the knee right across the throat.
Your personal life is of no concern to us, Mondo, okay? We're talking about wrestling right now.
Oh, it was just sent vicious hard into the corner post by Roger Reese. Freddie Bravo coming back in to try to get some revenge from the onslaught he suffered earlier in this matchup. Vicious forearm shot onto the rock-hard head of Liger Rivera. Went for the clothesline. Liger blocks it. Has him set.
He's going for that Chuck Norris backbreaker, Larry. He's spinning him around. And he's still spinning him around. Chuck Norris, Larry.
Liger Rivera now has his chance to tag out to the Young Bucks. He needs to get out. He needs to take a breather and let the Young Bucks take this match home. Get him going.
You know, for those of you AWS fans who don't know why he calls it the Chuck Norris backbreaker, he says it's so badass he would even kill Chuck Norris. And we see Italian and Slick Nick Jackson, who takes out Roger Reese, takes out Devon Willis. Nice single leg drop kick from the second rope to Freddie Bravo, and a clothesline over Roger Reese's head.
Well, I thought Slick Nick was going to clean house, but he tags in his brother Matt. And now we're going to have a Young Buck double team as they roll up Roger Reese because they're not done with him here. Alley-oop drop kick double team by the Young Bucks. Liger Rivera somehow comes in. Tope Suicida through the ropes. And a drop kick right through the ropes by Matt Jackson. Springs it. Wait a minute.
What in the world?
Caught him on the top rope. Tope got helo by Nick Jackson.
Boy, if Nick misses that move, he'll never become an uncle.
And now Matt has Roger Reese all alone. Oh, Roger Reese now with a kick to the midsection comes off the ropes. Matt tries to follow him, nails him with a spear. And Matt, I think, has him hooked here now. Fisherman suplex, no, Falcon Arrow. This will be it. And Freddie Bravo comes in time to make the save.
What a flurry of offense. I don't know how we kept up with all that action, Larry. Wait a second now. Devon, are all 5 men are in the ring? No, now Devon Willis tossing Liger Rivera out. Devon Willis having Freddie Bravo now. What is this?
It looks like we're going to have a heart attack. Matt Jackson just suffered a heart attack from Devon Willis and Freddie Bravo. And Justin Borden said, hey, he's not the legal man.
Goodness, is that good refereeing from Justin Borden?
That's amazing refereeing. As you see Slick Nick Jackson coming in now, tossing Devon Willis out, tossing Freddie Bravo out. Matt Jackson back up to his feet. Overnight celebrity Roger Reese. Nice avalanche clothesline in the corner.
Nick Jackson out at ringside fighting it out with Devon Willis as well as Roger Reese in the corner with Matt Jackson. Liger Rivera barely getting up onto the apron now. Matt sent into the corner by alley-oops. Oh! And Roger Reese just got nailed with a super kick. And I think we're going to get some more bang for our buck right here. The senton, 450 splash follow-up, and a moonsault to boot. Oh, hey, wait a minute. Make it a triple. And that is it.
Ladies and gentlemen, the winners of this match, Liger Rivera and the Young Bucks.
I think the fans of both the EWF and the AWS definitely got more bang for their buck out of this matchup. And we still have a whole lineup to go. This was just the first match.
Well, that we did, Larry. Everybody here is in store for a big treat tonight. Liger Rivera and Young Bucks definitely going out and celebrating their huge win to kick off United Forces.
I really hope that Bart Kapiski, the AWS Kingpin, and Jesse Hernandez, the proprietor of the Empire Wrestling Federation, were watching on this matchup. I think we may have to create a new division. I think we may have to start a trios division now after this.
We just might, Larry. We just might.
You go, Triple H.
Ring the bell.
Well, here we are, ladies and gentlemen, as United Forces rolls on. Charles Mercury, one half of Midnight Dynamite, is chopping away at Brandon Cutler, one half of the Cutler brothers. Joining us here at the broadcast position, AWS ring announcer Troy Stone at the broadcast position. Great to have you here as we see this great high-flying action from the Cutler brothers going up against Midnight Dynamite.
Well, Larry, Lalo, it's indeed my honor and my pleasure to be here. You have two former tag team champions in the ring. This can be nothing but exciting for us, for the fans, for everyone. This whole day is just special.
I mean, we just saw a great special matchup in our first matchup, and again, as Lalo pointed out, this is not going to slow down when we had our downtime. There's no way it's going to slow down from here. with Midnight Dynamite and the Cutlers, as Troy Stone mentioned, both former AWS Tag Team Champions. Midnight Dynamite holding the titles for about 9 months before losing the belts, and the Cutler brothers holding on to the titles for roughly about 2.5 months before they lost the belts back to the Ballard brothers.
Well, both teams hungry to get back in that AWS title picture. I mean, Midnight Dynamite was just recently involved in a bitter, almost blood feud for the EWF Tag Team titles with Famous or Fearless, Larry, going so far as to steal those belts.
And it had to end. It all came down to the closing of that huge Texas Tornado death match between those two teams. That was the only way they were going to settle that feud, and now here they are. They're in AWS. They're teaming up once again. They're on that quest to reclaim Tag Team Gold, whether it's AWS or EWF. It doesn't matter to them. They want to collect as many belts as they can as possible.
Well, that's right, Larry. You know, the Cutlers and the Midnight Dynamite here, they've of course wrestled all over the place. Yeah, of course, both going in EWF, but when it comes down to it, they're what people like to call AWS's own native tag teams here. So this is one of the showcase talents of AWS here for the fans, a strictly AWS match, you know, in all intents and purposes, Larry. Of course, you being one of the AWS originals, you know that.
Of course, I'm one of the originals, and so as well as Charles Mercury and Midnight Dynamite. I remember when this team started out, before they were even considered Midnight Dynamite. They were two guys that were struggling to get back onto the shows. That's all they wanted. They wanted a chance to perform in the ring. Never got that chance. They had to struggle, they had to fight, they had to take on matches that were less appealing to other competitors, but they took it just for the sake of getting on the shows, and they were tired of having to take those matches. They wanted bigger and better things for them, and they decided, you know what, I'm not going to take any backseats to anyone. We're just going to take our opportunities. We're going to make our opportunities, and that's how they became AWS Tag Team Champions.
Well, Johnny Paradise looks like he might be going in the backseat of an ambulance after that big power bomb. And now you saw a rolling double shoulder block now. Brandon Cutler going for a hook of the leg and a cover, only getting a 2 count though.
Well, let's not slight the Cutler brothers here, fellas. Their ups and downs in AWS are legendary almost. The way they won the titles, the way they lost the titles. They were fan favorites. They were hated by the fans. And now they're here taking on Midnight Dynamite, looking for championship gold in the future. I wouldn't bet against them.
Well, that is definitely true. This is the Cutler Brothers is another team that's developed here in AWS. They're an AWS bred team. As we see right now, look at this Pescado coming into the ring, and now a high impact springboard leg drop. Again, great high flying from the Cutler Brothers. And we get a 2 count, almost putting away Midnight Dynamite.
You know, the Cutlers aren't above using underhanded tactics, though, Larry, to get what they need, what they feel is theirs and what they feel they deserve. You know, Brandon Cutler, of course, a personal trainer for hire, being hired by Dan the Man Cobra to get him in shape for his match later tonight against Terex. And you see why he is worth every single penny. Oh, but Charles Mercury trying to get a refund on that, kicking him right in the kidneys. And look at this, Brandon giving chase to Charles Mercury around the ring.
Well, I'd have to say there'd be better conditioning on the part of the Cutler. Oh, but look at this, a pair of clotheslines on the part of Midnight Dynamite. No tag was made. Now Chris Massey saying, hey, Paradise, you're the only one that can make the cover.
Well, Johnny Paradise, of course, right on top of things, apologizing to Chris Massey. Johnny Paradise, a referee in his own right here in the AWS, also feuding with Rick Knox, the senior NWA official. I mean, how amazing was that?
I mean, that was still tremendous, and that was stupendous. Oh, so was that double team. Springboard elbow drop. Gets a 2 count after nearly taking off the head of Brandon Cutler. And it looks like he's going to try to do that one more time and has him tied up in that reverse chin lock now, right in the center of the ring. Almost nowhere for Brandon Cutler to go.
Well, you see the crowd now trying to get behind Brandon Cutler. Brandon Cutler needed to make that tag to his brother, Dustin, the bigger, well, taller, I should say. I mean, both these guys, extremely great physical shape. And you see Brandon Cutler now fighting out with those elbows to the stomach. Going for that sunset flip. There it is, cover.
1, 2. Oh, no. Kick out in time by Charles Mercury. Paradise comes in after being tagged in. Just barely grabs Brandon Cutler in time to prevent him from tagging into Dustin. And drops in a pair of elbow drops. And we'll make it a third with that leg drop. There's another cover. Massey says we have a 2.
Well, Johnny Paradise, of course, no paperweight, 229 pounds. The Canadian monster is huge. And now you see him pulling the hair of Brandon Cutler. Come on now, ref. I mean, I know you're new, Chris, but come on now.
Actually, this is the promotion where Chris Massey made his referee debut. It was right here at AWS.
Well, that it is. The Kingpin himself saying, you know what, kid, I think you have something. He's not going to work much longer if he can let things like that go, Larry. Come on now.
Paradise missing a clothesline, but Charles Mercury catching Brandon Cutler by the hair, knocking him down, and Chris Massey not there to see it. That's infuriating Dustin, but unfortunately for Dustin, as he's trying to come out and explain himself to the official, it was allowing Midnight Dynamite to continue the onslaught. There's another cover, and a kick out, but barely by Brandon Cutler.
Charles Mercury now getting in the face of referee Chris Massey, telling him that was 3. You need to learn how to count. I mean, I think it's a test you have to take in the NWA. You have to count to 3, maybe even 4 sometimes. I know at least a 10 or 20 when there's lucha matches for the outside count.
Well, you being a former official yourself, that was your upbringing in the Empire Wrestling Federation. You would have to know.
Well, I tested high enough to not have to worry about it. Jesse Hernandez is the one who gave me his blessing and got me into this wonderful world of professional wrestling. And right now, those you guys are in a world of hurt in the middle of that ring. As you hear, there's a tag though to Johnny Paradise, and you know the hurt's going to keep coming.
Well, I thought we were going to have a Midnight Dynamite double team. Instead, Brandon Cutler tags into Dustin as he's up on the top rope. Crossbody knocking down both members of Midnight Dynamite. And a clothesline onto Johnny Paradise. Follows up. Oh, wait a minute. Catching Charles Mercury, planting him face first. And Johnny Paradise going after the back of Dustin Cutler. Dustin going after the cover onto Charles. Did not realize Charles wasn't a legal man. Now realizes the legal man is Paradise, so he kicks his head off. There's a cover again, and he gets a 2 count. Now wait a minute, he's going after Charles now. He's gonna bring them both back into the ring now, and we have a meeting of the minds.
Well, Dustin Cutler definitely cleaning house, definitely putting the hurt to Johnny Paradise and Charles Mercury, now tagging in his brother Brandon, and you're gonna see a nice Cutler double team here, I guarantee it.
Catches him in the midsection now, hooks him for a, wait a minute, I thought it was going for a suplex here. No, nails him with that jawbreaker. I've seen him win many matches, so is Charles Mercury, that's why he came to make the save. Making a leaping save off the top rope, and now it's Dustin Cutler going after Charles Mercury, but look at this, Charles Mercury pulling him by the tights, forcing him out at ringside.
You gotta get back out. You're not the legal man.
Chris Massey needs to get control of this match. It's, I think he's starting to lose it.
Oh, wait a minute, it's maybe over here as Charles Mercury looks like he's setting up for what he used to call Mercury Rising. Instead, drops him in an inverted atomic drop, which sets up Johnny Paradise for a super kick.
You're not the legal man. You gotta get back in your
And
corner.
wait a minute, Chris Massey saying, hey, he's not the legal man, it was Dustin Cutler. I don't think there was ever a tag made between Dustin Cutler and Brandon Cutler.
Well, Chris Massey right on top of things, keeping a watchful eye on the action going on in the ring. And now Charles Mercury going to ringside trying to collect his thoughts now.
And Paradise saying, hey, let's have a tag, let's do some more dirty work, let's do some more double team work. On to Brandon Cutler, Dustin still on the apron at ringside. Charles Mercury sending him in, no, it's reversed. Leapfrogs over him, but he got caught by a spine buster by the muscle of Midnight Dynamite. And again, Chris Massey saying, hey, he's not the legal man, he can't go for the cover. Johnny Paradise did tag out to Charles Mercury. And Dustin Cutler now, the legal man for the Cutlers, comes in and attacks Charles Mercury. Oh! Johnny Paradise tried to attack Dustin Cutler, instead he nails his partner with a clothesline.
I might have to retract my former statement. Chris Massey seems to be in full control of this match.
Now sends him into the ropes. Catches him with a kick into the midsection. They come charging off ropes and they just sandwich his skull with those kicks. Mafia kicks. Oh, now wait a minute, they're gonna tie him up here as a pretzel.
I think Charles Mercury.
Holy
Oh my
crap!
God!
Alley-oops, 360 bomb, and that's gonna be it for Midnight Dynamite.
Ladies and gentlemen, here are your winners, Dustin and Brandon, the Cutler Brothers!
Well, it looks like they did the job with those double mafia kicks to the head, sandwiching Charles Mercury between those 2 big boots. I mean, he looked like he was unconscious, and they just completely finished him off right there with that alley-oop, Larry.
Well, we said at the beginning of the show, for United Forces, we have a lot of titles on the line, and this is the first of many title matches. The EWF Cruiserweight Championship is on the line as Top Shelf Jeremy Yeager defends the championship against Zero Gravity Chris Cadillac, who every time he's in the ring with Jeremy Yeager, he gets this much better and so much closer to taking the title, but something always seems to elude him.
Yeah, the thing eluding him is talent, because there is no way Cadillac will ever be. Oh! See?
Whoa,
See?
whoa.
Right there. There's no way it's ever going to beat Jeremy Yeager. No way, no how.
That had nothing to do with talent. That had to do with the fact that these guys know each other like the back of their hands. They've been wrestling back and forth almost all year long. I mean, of course, Jeremy Yeager getting that Cruiserweight title back at Red Hot Summer in a triple threat match. But every time they wrestle each other, like you said, Larry, they get better and better. And Jeremy Yeager had that Cadillac converter scattered out right on the offset.
Oh, Chris Cadillac thought he was going to be able to surprise Jeremy Yeager and walk away with a quick victory. And what we would have had, I'd have to say, the quickest Cruiserweight Championship matchup in EWF history. But Jeremy Yeager saw it coming, and now wait a minute. I thought he was going to go for the jackpot, but Chris Cadillac had the presence of mind to quickly counter out of that.
Well, like I said, you see Chris Cadillac now saying, look, I knew you were going to do it. He said, no, you only got 7-7 and a cherry. No 7 on that one. No 777. You know, I talked to Jeremy Yeager earlier this afternoon, Larry, when we were getting ready to start the show.
I'm sorry.
I know it's not the greatest experience in the world, but you know what? He did tip me afterwards, so I got impressed with that.
He never tips me. But go on. What do you have to say?
Well,
in the
anyways,
back?
Jeremy Yeager said, you know what? I am sick and tired of this kid Cadillac. Every time they put me in the ring with him, I win. Today, I am going to finish this once and for all. There is no way in hell that he is walking out with my Cruiserweight Championship, and if I have anything to do with it, he's not going to walk out at all.
Well, he went into 2008 as one half of Co-Rookie of the Year for 2007, and he wants to leave 2008 with the Cruiserweight Championship.
Take that, Cadillac.
Well, Chris Cadillac, of course, one of the top contenders for the 2008 Rookie of the Year.
Again, these two, they know what each other's thinking almost. I mean, they broke in together. They came up through the School of Hard Knocks together. I watched them myself. But it was Jeremy Yeager that developed that killer instinct.
Oh, Chris Cadillac with the killer instinct to jump off the ropes and try to attempt that Hurricane Rana. May not have the momentum he wanted, but it was enough to take him down. And now wait a minute, trying to go for, thought he was going to go for it again. Instead, he nails him with a clothesline in the corner, throwing all of his weight into it. And I thought he was going to throw all of his weight in him again. Instead, Yeager quickly rolling out of the way to avoid the Cannabon Senton. Managed to avoid the plancha attempt by Chris Cadillac and just sent him crashing into the ring apron.
He slam dunked him. How awesome is that?
Well, like I said, both these men know each other like the back of their hands. Of course, Chris Cadillac for that his Doi homage, the Cannonball Senton in the corner. And then you saw Jeremy Yeager just dropping all of his weight with that leg drop onto the apron. Ladies and gentlemen, that is just a steel support beam to hold up the ring. There's nothing there to protect anybody.
Oh, Yeager taking flight, springboarding off the middle ropes, landing on to Chris Cadillac, wanting to show to Chris Cadillac that, hey, he can take flight as well.
It's like we said, these two know each other back and front. You see Jeremy Yeager already trying new moves he hasn't quite mastered yet, to try to get the win over Cadillac.
You know, I was going to have to say I had never seen Yeager take flight like that before. There was a cover. Only gets a 2 count. But again,
Maybe you shouldn't do it anymore.
well, we've talked.
Who asked you, lame-o?
Well, Mono Vega had been pointing this out, that they know each other like the back of their hands. You have two, Lalo. This is to a point now where they have to come up with completely new moves in order to surprise someone, in order to surprise Cadillac or surprise Yeager. They got to pull out something that they've never attempted before and hope that it works.
That's what Yeager's doing. He has that cutting edge. He has that killer instinct. He has that disregard for life, something that Chris Cadillac doesn't have. Boom! And that's why he's not Cruiserweight champion and Jeremy Yeager is, and this is 3.
That's 2.
I said 3.
Well, we didn't get 3. We got 2.
I'm sorry, I'm distracted by Lamo's face.
Would you say that? What?
That's right, fat hands.
Would you? That's not nice. That's like making fun of a guy in a wheelchair. You just don't do that.
You know, the main thing about you is you can eat birthday cake without using your hands.
Let's not get into that.
Oh, hey, can we get back onto the matchup here as we have a cover and a kick out again. Chris Cadillac does not want to leave the AWS arena without the Cruiserweight Championship. And now he's coming back, firing back on Yeager, but Yeager reverses, sending him into the corner. Cadillac trying to climb up. manages to kick Jeremy Yeager. Now goes for another Hurricane Rana, but Yeager catching him. Look at his power, picking him up and throwing him, power bombs him into the corner.
You say he doesn't want to leave the AWS arena without the Cruiserweight title. I mean, it's weird because he's left every other arena without the Cruiserweight title. Why would this be any different?
Well, Jeremy Yeager doesn't want him to leave the EWS arena able to walk. He doesn't want him upright. He wants to send him home in an ambulance. And now you saw a hook of the leg and only getting a 2 count, though. And now Jeremy Yeager's starting to get frustrated, and that has been his Achilles heel his entire career, Larry.
Well, we've seen it time and time again. That has cost him many matches. Granted, he has learned and grown a lot since then, but again, we see it time and time again, and I've seen times where it's cost him. It cost him his shot in the Inland title series, as he barely walked away from that series with 1 victory. And now that victory was even on a disqualification, not a straight pinfall or submission.
Well, at least he won. He was not the Jason King of the Inland title series this year.
Oh, that is true.
Leave King alone, Lamo.
I'm just saying that there's only been 1 man in history to go win this, and that was Jason King.
If you were here, he'd kick your head off. Anyways, back to the match.
Where's he wrestling at now?
And Jeremy Yeager's snazzy new tights. Oh.
And he just squashed Chris Cadillac on the top of those ropes with the quote-unquote, what he called the money maker.
That's right.
He was telling Christopher Lee to watch the money maker before the match started.
What's he gonna do?
Now has him up into the corner now, and again he's gonna knock that air right out of Chris Cadillac. He's grounding this high flyer with a series of shoulder blocks into the rib cage. Sets him up now, has him hooked for it looks like a suplex. Takes him over, nice snap job into the float over, hooks the leg. Gets a 2 count 1 more time.
Just dominating. I mean, Cadillac looks blown up, he looks gassed, he looks like he's got nothing left. I mean, Yeager's just playing with him now, just like he has his entire career.
Well, Yeager's sitting in the chokehold right now, right in the middle of the ring. Perfect positioning to it, putting all of his upper body weight above, over the top of the shoulders of Chris Cadillac. And now look, Chris Cadillac getting a little bit of adrenaline rush from the crowd, and then hits a jawbreaker out of almost desperation.
Oh, and a dropkick follow-up onto Yeager. We have seen time and time again where we thought Chris Cadillac was soon to be out, and then he managed to surprise his opponents as well as us, and comes back up with a 2nd win. And I think we're gonna see it. I thought we were gonna see it, but Jeremy Yeager with a straight punch right across the face before Cadillac could properly springboard himself back into the ring.
Oh, look at this be. This is dangerous here.
Yeager now trying to climb up onto the top rope, and Cadillac catches him. Holy crap!
If Cadillac had anything left in the tank, he could crawl over right now and pin Yeager. I don't think Yeager would be able to kick up out of that.
Again, that was a move that shocked everyone, that surprised everyone. Definitely Yeager did not predict that move to happen.
Well, it's always dangerous fighting up on top of the ropes, Larry, especially when you're trying to hit something high risk, and it looked like Chris Cadillac just about cashed out on that one.
Thank you, Lamo.
That's right.
Well, this match ain't over yet. All the bets are in. All the chips are still on. The roulette wheel is still playing. It's still spinning, as well as Chris Cadillac was spinning with that spinning front kick. And he's going to spin again. Look at this. Multiple rotations on the standing moonsault. Hooks the leg and gets a 2 count.
Fancy as hell, but did not get the job done. Cadillac needs to get back to basics. There's the only way he can beat Yeager.
Well, Chris Cadillac now starting to get frustrated. You hear him cursing under his breath because he can't quite get the job done just yet. Wait a second.
What is he doing?
Oh, I don't know about this. Come on now.
And he springboards himself off and nails him with an elbow drop. Didn't get quite the leverage that he wanted. Will it be enough? No, it's not going to be enough to put away Jeremy Yeager.
Again, both men trying new maneuvers not accustomed to their style, to anything they've tried before, just to get that big W here at this. Oh!
Well, that move is very accustomed to zero gravity Chris Cadillac.
Chris Cadillac nailing the CTS, and there's the hook of the leg, double hook. Oh, but Jeremy Yeager, knowing exactly where he is at all times, great ring presence, reaching out to grab that rope. That super kick missed, and Chris Cadillac hitting that CTS almost out of nowhere, Larry.
And I have to admit that that is one of the things that I've seen Yeager improve on so much, is knowing where he's at all times, and especially knowing where his opponent is at all times.
You saw Chris Cadillac looked like he was trying to set up for that patented frog splash of his, but Jeremy Yeager, of course, having it scouted out, hitting Chris Cadillac and then crotching him on the rope.
Oh, now wait a minute. What?
Again, no.
Has him up on the top rope. Super swinging neck breaker.
And let me tell you, Cadillac does not have much of a neck to begin with.
Oh, that's got to be it. If Jeremy Yeager can go over there and roll over on Chris Cadillac, this match is over.
I don't know. I'd like to see him pound on Cadillac some more. I enjoy watching Chris Cadillac get beat up. I know he's one of your boys, Lamo, but I can't stand it.
No secret that Cadillac and I are friends, but there's a cover hook of the leg. Only getting a 2 count. Still, too much heart, too much desire left inside of Chris Cadillac. He wants that Cruiserweight Championship more than life himself. You know, he said to me earlier, he's like, Lalo, I've been wrestling for exactly a year today. What an anniversary gift it would be to win the Cruiserweight title today. Look at that, blocking that super kick again. Oh, the Cadillac converter!
And the moron's not covering him.
He tried to go for this move earlier. It didn't work then, but it worked now. And now he may have him set up for that frog splash as he's climbing up to the top rope. All he has to do is land this splash, and we could have a new Cruiserweight champion.
Oh, wait a second. Look at that. He rolled right through it.
Blocked the
super kick again.
Up onto the shoulders now. Oh, a low kick and a super kick follow-up by Yeager right across the throat. And that will be it. And Jeremy Yeager, top shelf Jeremy Yeager, will end the year 2008 as the reigning EWF Cruiserweight Champion.
Ladies and gentlemen, the winner of this match and still EWF Cruiserweight Champion, top shelf, Jeremy Yeager.
And Chris Cadillac ends the year just like he started it, with absolutely nothing.
Let's go!
You know, gents, I'm watching this. I'm gonna have to take a little bit of a powder. Make room on the commentator table for an expert on women's wrestling, if there ever was, Miss Aiden Riley.
How's it going, guys?
Well, we're doing fine. We're doing great. We're getting ready to see some ladies tag team action here as you get to watch on first from a bird's eye view to see the competition you face here in the AWS.
That's not competition.
That's not competition.
No.
How's that not competition?
That's just girls being thrown my way and then I defeat them. No one can beat me.
No one can beat you.
No one can beat me.
Didn't look at she beat you once?
You mean the puppet?
Did she beat you?
Who?
I could have sworn I remember seeing a match between you and Candice LeRae and Candice LeRae beating you in the ring.
Really? Do you not remember my first match, my debut match, where I wiped the floor with her?
I do remember that. And then it was a following show after that here in AWS.
You know what? Why don't you commentate on the match?
Well, I can, as we have. It's Morgan starting things off with Candice LeRae. Candice LeRae right now grounding Morgan.
You say grinding?
Grounding. No, you're saying something else. I'm saying.
No, I said grounding.
I
was going to mention that this is the tag team of Bump and Grind, Erica D'Erico and Morgan going against the great veterans, Carla Jade and Candice LeRae, and of course, who else to officiate but Rick Knox.
No, Rick Knox is always a lucky ref. He gets all the great breaks here in AWS. But then again, he is our senior official here, so he's earned those shots. He's earned those rights. We've talked about how I've been here the longest.
Screamer.
Well, wait a minute, I thought you were the queen of screaming.
Oh, no one can scream like me.
Oh, no.
And Morgan just being sent out at ringside. I think she had enough of Candice LeRae.
I think she liked it.
You think she did?
Yeah. You know what? I also think she needs to take my shoes off. That's what that is.
Yeah, that's wardrobe infringement right there.
Well, do you think
What can I say? She's trying to beat me.
Well, don't you think that in some crazy money-making scheme that Converse made more than one?
No, they made it for me.
But those look.
Shut up, Lalo.
It never ends, does it?
It never ends with you, does it?
It never does. I swear.
Even after a divorce, it never ends.
No, it doesn't, because she keeps calling out, where's my child support? Where's this?
Will you stop talking about your personal problems and focus on the match?
Yeah, focus.
I mean, it's no Aiden Riley match, but still, come on.
You were complaining about your shoes. What do you want from me?
Shut up, Lalo.
Well, Rick Knox wanted a clean break, and he managed to get that.
You know, I like to see some more wrestling.
That would be nice, wouldn't it? As
You're
we
just
have,
standing there.
for right now, Carla
Just
Jade.
complain about California. You don't like it? Leave. We don't want you here.
Bart Kapitsky does. That's why the kinky kids.
Yeah, no comment on that one.
Are you ready?
Yeah, Bart's a little, he's a little girl happy, Bart is, if you've ever noticed. I do.
You know what it is? It's because I won't have my butt hanging out of my shorts like she does. That's why I have some self-respect.
And now, wait a minute.
That was nice, though.
Erica was trying
Hit her
to
again.
beat out some self-respect out of Carla Jade in the corner. And Carla Jade not complaining of a hair pull, complaining about this and that. Well, I did see a little bit of hair pulling. And Erica, of course, not acknowledging anything, not acknowledging any of that, except believing that she has the upper hand thus far.
Well, never mind.
You can't say something nice, don't say nothing at all.
What are you, my grandma?
Just saying.
Right now we have Erica trying to start things off slow with the side headlock. She doesn't want to force any mistakes on herself. She wants to force Carla Jade to make the mistakes. And it looks like Carla made one as she tried to stand up to the much larger Erica, but she got floored by Erica. And now Erica coming off the ropes. Gets well, the bell has sounded. Dan Kobrick trying to charge after the big man Terex, the definition of pain. Look at this, Dan Kobrick fighting back, but Terex catching him. Overhead suplex with that choke suplex.
Oh, what a way to start this. We know the story here. There's a lot of hate between these two. I mean, the hate is almost as big as Terex is. And this is going to get really, really bad.
I mean, these two had an alliance before. It was Dan the Man who gave the name, the definition of pain, to Terex, and rightfully so. And right now, Dan Kobrick is on the receiving end of a lot of pain from his former definition of pain.
I don't understand the ingrate that Terex is. Dan the Man Kobrick saving him from the purgatory that was Star Inc., taking him up to that next level in main events, in title matches, and this is how he pays them back?
You always hurt the ones you love, though.
Serious, and Ingrate? Did you not see what Dan the Man Kobrick did to Terex?
Who cares? Did you see what Terex did to me?
I enjoyed every minute of it.
Shut your mouth. I'm going all the way Kobrick.
I'll bet you are. Kobrick wants to go all the way Kobrick as well. Look at this, he tried to stomp on the hand of Terex. That was just enough for him! Tope Suicida onto Terex!
How bad does Kobrick want this? How bad has it been for Dan Kobrick to be sitting at the announce table, watching Terex wrestle, not being able to be there himself, laid out with that knee injury for what, 7-8 months?
Well, he went so far as to hire a personal trainer in Brandon Cutler to get himself in shape. And you know what? I have to agree that Brandon Cutler was worth every dollar.
Just look at him. He looks ripped.
And we have to remind the fans that this is Kobrick's first official match back in the ring action in about 7 or 8 months because of that knee injury he suffered while he was the reigning heavyweight champion of the Empire Wrestling Federation. And oh, wait a minute, he just grabbed a chair. The last I remember, this was not a no disqualification match.
I like where his head's at. I really do.
Oh, of course you would.
Terex did not like where Kobrick's foot went, though. Oh,
it was good.
Low blow.
It was good. Doesn't matter how big you are. You take one in the boys, you're going down.
Right in the mommy-daddy button. That was not nice.
Look at that. You even got to give that a Riles. That was a good one, Lemo.
I appreciate that.
Kobrick now doing exactly what he said he was going to do, just pound and stomp the holy hell out of Terex. He'd been talking about this for the last few months on the broadcast position with us, and now he finally has his chance to put his money where his mouth is. It's time for Kobrick to put up or shut up, and he is definitely putting up a fight for Terex.
But trying to Irish whip Terex is not going to do anything.
I couldn't do it.
That's trying to pull a fat man away from a buffet. It just does not happen. Well, now look at him, though, trying to ground him, and he did, taking out that knee and that thigh.
Oh! Right in his fat face. You know, I talked to Kobrick in the back earlier, and I asked him to put some extra nasty on it tonight, and he's going to do it just for me.
Oh, I think he did it with that DDT. Almost had the match won for him, but could only get a 2 count. Now look at this. He's calling him a punk and he's screaming at him.
Call him
I thought
boy.
you used a 4-letter word.
Yeah.
I don't know that this is smart.
Oh!
Did you see the ring shift with that?
I think we knocked down a couple cameramen with that.
I can tell you from personal experience, that does not feel good at all. Oh no, Kobrick better move out of the way. This is going to be over.
Oh, he moved out of the way just in time. Kobrick now charging after him, but he got caught with the spine buster. Kobrick now going for the cover.
Kick out.
1, 2. No.
You don't hold a former heavyweight champion, former America's champion, former tag champion like Dan Kobrick down like that. He is way too tough.
Oh, but wait a minute, he could have put him away with this. Went for the big splash, but no one was there on that exchange. That's been the bread and butter for Terex for quite some time now.
What is it with you big boys always talking about food? I swear to God. Bread and butter?
That was just to coin a phrase, if you will. Oh, and that kick was trying to go after Kobrick. Missed on that kick, missed on that clothesline. He nailed the ring post, which is exactly what Kobrick wanted him to do. And now Kobrick, like a shark who smells blood in the water, going after the body part of Terex, going after that wounded arm.
Right, then he wrapped that arm right around that steel turnbuckle post, went inside to break the count, and then came right back outside. And look at that again, wrapping that arm around that metal post.
Even the mighty Terex can't put a dent in that steel. He is hurting for certain.
He didn't put a dent in that steel, but he definitely shifted the ring about a foot or two.
Out of the way, people. Kobrick's doing work.
We may have to shift the fans at ringside as well, as this fight is continuing out at ringside. Justin Borden is trying to get this fight back into the ring, but Kobrick said he's been wanting a fight.
Look at that! Kobrick taking a seat and then just tearing and wrenching away at that arm over that steel barricade.
That's good. That's dirty Detroit style right there, straight from, let me tell you.
Well, he insists on saying that he is fighting out of Detroit, Michigan when he is introduced, because he approaches it as that he's not wrestling, he's not a mat technician, he is a fighter. And he has taken the fight right to Terex. First match back, this is exactly what he said he was going to do, and he is doing just that.
Yeah, Kobrick looks good. Looks like he hasn't missed a beat. But he's beating the hell out of Terex.
Measuring him here now. Wait a minute, going after the arm, trying to go for the Fujiwara armbar. Oh no, wait a minute. He was just basing that arm just so he can pound on it. Now it looks like he has that Fujiwara armbar locked in, trying to wrench in all of his body weight, trying to force the near 400-pound frame of Terex to go against the grain. And then just stomping away on that arm. But look at this. He's taking a little too much time away from Terex. He needs to stay on top of the attack.
I think that's staying on top of it right there.
He just sent on Terex's arm.
That's a lot of evil. That's one malicious mind if I ever seen one.
I like it.
Thank God there's only one.
Yeah.
I don't think the worlds could have any more Dan Kobricks, that's for sure.
I heard there was another.
Yeah, me too. I heard there was a mini-me.
I don't know.
No?
And now wait a minute, Kobrick again going back to work onto the arm with the Fujiwara armbar. And now wait a minute, again he's toying with Terex. As he was pulling on the hair, then grinding in on the elbow. Look at this.
Interesting strategy here. I thought all match long would be like just a nasty, dirty street brawl. But Kobrick focusing on the arm, not only to get victory here, but tomorrow it's going to make it very difficult for Terex to eat with only one arm.
Oh! It may be difficult for Dan Kobrick to swallow after taking that avalanche splash in the corner.
Larry Pena.
Well, he's going to have to eat his food with a straw.
Oh, Dan Kobrick thought he was going for it right again, but Terex couldn't pick him up. He dropped on his feet and realized that he was working it right. And now look at this.
Went for the senton again, catching him full force and try to follow up onto it now, going for the cover. 1, 2. Only gets a 2 count.
I don't know what he had on that spine buster there, Larry. It looked like he had him on his shoulder and just turned his body down. He couldn't even grab him with that wounded arm of his.
Throws him in again, going for the Samoan drop! Has him planted right in the center of the ring. Will this be enough to put away Dan Kobrick? Will it be enough? It was not going to be enough for Dan Kobrick. Dan Kobrick managing to kick out just in time.
They are knocking the stuffing out of each other like we knew they would. What a fight. What a match we got going here.
Well, there you see Justin Borden now administering that standing 10 count to Kobrick and Terex.
I really wonder, is there going to be anything left of either of them when this match is done? Whenever it's done. We could be here all night.
I think there might be some leftovers.
Both men struggling to get back up onto their feet. And it looks like it's going to be Terex still the first on his feet.
Wow.
Measuring Kobrick has him right where he wants. Oh, he's measuring him here. Wait a minute, where is he?
What's he gonna do?
What in the world?
What is he doing?
Oh,
I don't think those ropes were made to...
Cover your eyes, Aiden. Cover your
Those were
eyes.
designed to hold humans.
I haven't seen Terex go for this, but then again, he has to pull out all the stuff if he wants to put away Dan Kobrick.
Oh!
He took flight with a big splash. Put a dent in the canvas.
He flew like a rock, Larry, right onto the canvas.
But unfortunately for him, Dan Kobrick was nowhere to be found.
Kobrick's saving his own life, rolling out of the way on that one. Let's see how he follows that up. Back on the arm. Brilliant.
Knee in the arm now, trying to go for the cross arm breaker.
Oh!
Has it locked in. Terex is inching his way to the ropes for the break, and he is in the ropes. ropes. Kubrick has to break the hold. And Kubrick now, you can hear the frustration setting in. He thought he had the match won, and normally he would have, but he was just too close to the ropes for Terex to reach.
I think he is dead set on tearing out Terex's arm and literally beating him with it.
Well, you said before in commentary that he's been wanting to do that. He's going to have his chance here with Terex, but Terex reversing him into the ropes.
Oh.
Big sidewalk slam. But he caught him with the bad arm. Terex now getting back up onto his feet. What does he have in mind for Kubrick now as he's trying to pick him up? But again, he's picking him up with one good arm and one bad arm.
Finally has him up, but look at this. Wait a second.
Trying to go for a triangle submission here. Doesn't have it quite. I don't think he has it quite locked in the way he wants it. Kubrick fighting to try to get it down. He has it down.
Can the man Kubrick has much more off our cinched in on the big man Terex.
And he's tapped.
He tapped out.
Dan Kubrick just made the definition of pain tap out.
Ladies and gentlemen, the winner of this match, Dan the Man Kubrick.
Dan the Man in his first match back, just reminding the fans of the Empire Wrestling Federation as well as the Alternative Wrestling Show why he is called the Man. Dan the Man making his definition of pain tap out.
Ring the bell.
Lalo, I'd have to say that I am actually surprised right now because I never thought I would see the day where C. Edward Vanderpyle would be in the corner of the Awesome Plague again. And here he is as the Awesome Plague teams up with Joey Ryan to take on the Navajo Warrior and returning to the AWS Skulu.
Well, we all know, Larry, you are way more well-versed in the history between Theater Vanderpyle and the Awesome Plague than I am. But this is a unique pairing. As you see Joey Ryan teaming up with the Awesome Plague, like you said, and Skulu. Look at this monster.
Well, I know that you're not too familiar with Skulu.
No, I'm not, but I'm impressed.
Skulu is one of those big boys that come all the way from Samoa, and he has made his presence felt here in the AWS as he is a former one half of the AWS Tag Team Champions. He and alongside with Alcatraz, they had a great reign as a tag team. And wait a minute, why is Joey Ryan doing a little, I guess we can call it some bumping and grinding of his own in the ring?
Well, look like Skula was doing the traditional Samoan war dance at the beginning, and asked Joey Ryan to do his traditional Joey Ryan war dance.
Well, I'm not sure if that was some kind of a war dance, a dance of.
It was a mating dance.
Maybe it was a mating dance, but we gotta keep it PG. This is it's an EWF show. It's an AWS show, but it's an EWF show also, and those are always family shows.
So does that mean this is PG-13?
Yeah, let's go with that.
Or TV-14, whatever the middle ground is?
So let's go with that.
So you just can't say certain four-letter words?
Correct.
We all know one that I'm not allowed to say ever.
Well, there's some four-letter words that Joey Ryan wanted to say after tuning into Tokyo by Skulu, but again, I can't say what those four-letter words were.
Well, no, you can't. You can't say what that move is called in another place too. But you see Chris Massey, our referee, telling Skulu that's not allowed.
Oh, but that is allowed. That big, near 400-pound monster Skulu squashing Joey Ryan in the corner with that splash and tags in to the Navajo Warrior, who's a monster in his own right as well. Laying it in with a nice shot across the rib cage of Joey Ryan. Follows it up with another chop, this time across the chest.
A tomahawk chop, if you will.
Measures him again for another one, knocking down Joey Ryan.
He was just saying, hey, how are you? Hey, how are you?
Oh, it's one thing when it's Vanderpyle with the bad jokes, and it's another thing when it's Mondo Vega. But come on, I expect a little bit more.
You know what? Honestly, that's what Theater Vanderpyle said he wanted for Christmas. Just one on the Navajo Warrior. That's it. Merry Christmas, Vanderpyle. Merry Christmas.
Well, I think that may be the biggest Christmas present that he deserves this year.
I think it's the only Christmas present he's getting from anybody here.
Well, maybe other than some coal, but nonetheless, he's out here ringside enjoying what he sees as the Awesome Plague is pounding on Skulu. And again, Skulu and Plague, no strangers to each other. There was a time before AWS had their War Games in the series of matches that led up to War Games. The Awesome Plague and Skulu had to do battle when it was the Edward Vanderpaal's team of Adam Pierce, Alcatraz, the Awesome Plague, and Craze going after the team of the Human Tornado, Aaron Aguilera, Skulu, and Sexy Chino, and Baby Slim. No, wait a minute, look at this! Skulu just clotheslining the Awesome Plague up and over the top rope.
How did that rope even hold up that much weight?
Well, if it held Terex up in our matchup earlier, I think it could hold almost that.
Yeah, but you would think that the ropes would be worn and torn by now. I mean, like I said, these ropes are made to hold up humans.
They're humans, they're just larger than normal humans.
Big man. There's a lot of man in the ring right now. A lot of man. I mean, what is that, pushing like 3,759 pounds in there right now?
Well, let's just hope that the ring has been enforced for this matchup. It had to have been enforced for the matchup we had just moments ago with Dan Kobrick and Terex, who had a vicious war in that ring.
What?
I'd have to question the strategy of Joey Ryan.
Well, you see Navajo Warrior doing a little bit of sign language, yeah, interpreting, if you will, to show Skulu what Joey Ryan means.
Well, Skulu's barrier has had a language barrier in the past, but obviously the Navajo Warriors managed to find a way to communicate with Skulu.
Skulu is one happy fat man, isn't he?
He's not too happy right now.
Well, he was a minute ago. He was dancing and happy. And then, look at him chasing after Joey Ryan. Got him by the seat of his pants.
And now he's going to pick him right back up and drop him on the seat of his pants with that atomic drop.
That was not too nice. There's a cover hook of the leg, too. But only a 2 count.
You know, you said how Skulu was a jolly individual in the ring. Everyone has to be jolly around this time of year, despite who it is. I mean, it is the holidays. We only have about, I believe it's 4 or 5 shopping days before Christmas.
Holy crap, is that Santa over there?
Well, I think it might, I don't know if Santa made a trip all the way to the North Pole because he wanted to see the Navajo Warrior knock down Joey Ryan. But then again, that may be one of his helpers, if you will, just watching on.
So a fake Santa.
Sure.
Oh, nothing fake about that. Huge tomahawk chop. And then another one sending the Awesome Plague reeling. Oh, and a nice overhand chop there.
And these are 2 big men in the ring who've had a score to settle with each other. They've wrestled each other one-on-one a couple of times here in AWS. And Navajo Warrior will never forgive the Plague for beating him, for making him tap out. No, wait a minute, the Plague is leaving.
What?
Plague is leaving. Edward Vanderpaal is going into the back to try to bring him back out.
We need a timeout.
And Joey Ryan is begging for a timeout.
There are no timeouts in wrestling.
I mean, you would think that he would remember that. You'd think he would learn.
I mean, I say it every single time.
Yeah?
So have I. But for whatever reason, these wrestlers think that they can get a timeout.
Just like my ex-wife, stop calling me every single time. The check's in the mail every single time. But it never ends with her.
It never does it?
No, it doesn't. And you want to get married? Good luck, son. Good luck.
Oh, thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you for those words of encouragement.
No, I know. I know your fiance. She's nice.
Well, now hopefully the Plague got some great words of encouragement from Vanderpaal to bring him back into the ring.
Your dog's a jerk, but your woman's nice.
But
you're right. Words of encouragement is exactly what Awesome Plague needed. He needs a little more than that. He needs an assist right now. Navajo Warrior with a nice armbar. And now look at this. Picking him up by that mask almost.
Measures him again with another chop across the chest. Navajo Warrior measuring him across those ropes. Oh, charges off the ropes. Joey Ryan trying to go for a kick. Got nailed with a tomahawk chop again. But that was enough of a distraction for the Plague to nail Navajo Warrior with a high knee in the back.
Well, now the Awesome Plague in control. Whoa, whoa!
Look at this, picks him up and then just dropped him, throw it first across those ropes.
They must have some great gyms in the Army of the Republic.
Well, as you can see, the Awesome Plague built like a brick house, as he was just sent the Navajo Warrior face first into the boot of Joey Ryan.
Well, now Joey Ryan coming in to get some of that Navajo Warrior, and now look at that nice chin lock. And look at that, Larry. Look at his knee, buried right between the shoulder blades. Perfect technique, trying to wear down the big man.
Well, definitely Joey Ryan knows what he has to do to basically break down the Navajo Warrior, which is what he is doing right now. He does not want the Navajo Warrior to get back up onto his feet.
If you want to break down the Navajo Warrior, give him a blanket with smallpox. That's how the Pilgrims did it.
One,
There's a hook of the
two.
leg. Only getting a 2 count though.
You're horrible, Lalo. You're horrible.
Just say that's strategy.
I have to say that the words and comments made by Lalo Gonzalez do not reflect those of the Empire Wrestling Federation or the Alternative Wrestling Show. Maybe Bart Kapitsky, but not the Alternative Wrestling Show.
I love Native Americans. Thanksgiving's a great holiday. If it weren't for them, fat people like us couldn't eat turkey all the time or go to casinos.
Again.
Mondo's right here whispering this stuff in my ear, I swear.
Again.
Shut up, Mondo. No, I'm not saying that.
Again.
I have a line I will not cross.
Okay, stop talking, stop listening to Lalo Gonzalez, and watch on as the Navajo Warrior is trying to come back, but he just got knocked down again with a drop kick from Joey Ryan. Joey Ryan hooks the leg in, gets a 2 count off the drop kick, and tags into the Awesome Plague.
Did you see the elevation on that drop kick, Larry?
That was a great drop kick. Joey Ryan throws one of the best drop kicks in the business.
Great athleticism of Joey Ryan. Now tagging in. Oh, look at the Awesome Plague doing push-ups while choking out the Navajo Warrior.
Oh, definitely, as I said before, the Plague has a great build on him. Definitely puts himself together very well. Former bodybuilder, and just nailed him with a shot right across the throat. And again, that floored the Navajo Warrior.
Well, you see Skulu trying anxiously to get into this match. He knows that he needs to tag the Navajo Warrior out so he can get in there and try to save this match. But it's just not going his way. And you know, we still haven't seen Sater Vanderpool stick his nose in here too much today. But you know that it's coming.
Oh, it's definitely coming.
He's not tricking anybody in that horrible Chicago Cubs Santa hat.
He's just waiting for his moment. He's just picking his shots, just like he has his boys pick their shots. And they have definitely picked their shots on Navajo Warrior. There was no tag made to Joey Ryan. I didn't see a tag made.
Well, Chris Massey apparently thinks that there was that wonderful Phantom tag that Joey Ryan and Carl Machine Gun Anderson made famous as the Real American Heroes. Oh, but look at the Navajo Warrior, though, chopping away at Joey Ryan like he was a log in the forest. And now look at this Irish whip by Joey Ryan.
Navajo Warrior has him hooked here. Could we see a DDT perhaps? No, the Awesome Play coming in to catch him.
Oh, a DDT and a side Russian leg tooth, Larry.
Managing to kill 2 birds with 1 stone. Will it be enough for the Navajo Warrior to reach out to Skulu and let Skulu pick up the pieces of Joey Ryan and the Plague?
Well, you see the Navajo Warrior trying to get to his corner, and you see our referee Chris Massey administering that standing 10 count, already up to 4. Navajo Warrior crawling on all 4s himself, tagging into the big man Skulu.
Look at this Skulu knocking over Plague, knocking down Joey Ryan, knocking down the Plague, and then again knocking down Joey Ryan. Has Joey Ryan, vicious headbutt on the part of Skulu.
He knocked him out of the ring with that one.
And I think he's going to knock the Plague back to the Army of the Republic with that avalanche splash in the corner. Oh, no, wait a minute, he's not done with him yet.
Oh, my God.
Sandwiching the face of the Awesome Plague, and Navajo Warrior now gives him a shot of his own. Wait a minute, Joey Ryan tripping out the Navajo Warrior, bringing him at ringside. Skulu has Plague placed right where he wants him, right in the center of the ring.
What in the hell is that big man doing?
Oh, he's going to take flight.
He goes to the, what?
He's going up to the top rope.
Are you, whoa, come on now.
I see a Skulu splash coming from the heavens. Oh, look out.
Oh, my God. He knocked the referee off balance.
Chris Massey trying to go for the cover, but Vanderpool up on the apron distracting Chris Massey. And Joey Ryan now has a handful of brass knucks. And he just nails Skulu in the back of the head with it. Oh, come on. Rolls the Plague over. Massey not going for the cover. No. Massey, stop the count. Stop. Oh, we said it was only a matter of time for Vanderpool to pick his shots.
Ladies and gentlemen, here are your winners, the Awesome Plague and Joey Ryan.
Well, and what a time to pick your shot, Larry. 1 shot, 1 kill. That's all it took. Those brass knucks across the head of the big Samoan Skulu and the Awesome Plague and Joey Ryan, leaving United Forces as your winners in this match.
All right, I'm gonna make this quick because you guys know me. I'll talk forever if I get going. So, Quicksilver died. I'm just kidding. I just wanted to come out and apologize for not wrestling tonight. I did everything I could to do this match, but turned out my back injury is a lot more important, or more serious than I thought it was. Basically, just to make it short, that one disc collapsed into another and crushed him, so it looks like I'm probably going to need surgery. And there comes a time basically where every wrestler has to look at life and do they want to walk when they're 30 or 35 or whatever, and make that decision between walking and wrestling. And I'm going to choose walking, so I hope you guys don't mind. And basically that's just it. So let's clap for walking. Yay, walking! So yeah, I basically just wanted to come out and explain that, and it's not an excuse. It wasn't, anything like that, and I just wanted to thank all the fans for supporting Bart and Jesse and all the wrestlers in the back, and everybody I've worked with over the years, and I've had a really good run, and I've loved wrestling like it was my life. So now I'm going to move on and do a normal life type of thing, if there is that in existing. So just want to say thank you to everybody. What's up to Santa Claus? And the show must go on. Wrestling fans, give it all you got for Scorpio Sky!
You know, I got them riches and that old school flow. Big nuts and such, you can't even front. I got it all. So what you want? I can do it better than Jordan playing ball at 22. Quicker than Rod Carew, sicker than Motley Crue.
Turn it off, jackass. Oh, look at that. Come on, let's give the guy a round of applause. Sky, I didn't expect you to be here. Being that I heard that you weren't going to be in the main event, but I guess I shouldn't be surprised that you'd have to come out here and you'd have to suck up to these idiots and try to get that one last cheer. Huh? One last cheer. You know what? Are you gonna shed a tear for us too, bro? Come on, let me see it. I want to see it. Just one, huh? Did you lose your smile? Come on. You know what, Sky? Regardless of all that, the one thing I didn't hear you say, which was very disappointing to me, was that you didn't really give credit where credit was due. And that is that I did that to you. You see, it was our feud where I smashed you in the back with a crowbar, and this, I could go on all day. So really what I want to hear you say is that I broke your back, and you're not going to wrestle because of me. Say that I ended your career.
Okay.
Come on.
I would love a cookie right now. Please. Anyways, Dan, I think you're a great wrestler. I give you a lot of respect, but I'm not going to say that because that's pretty gay, to be honest. I'm not going to say that. That's a little too much. I will say this though. Everybody has got one more match in them.
Don't get stupid.
And I say I have mine right now.
What? Scorpio Sky just announced that he couldn't compete tonight because of an injury to his back. And he's going to need surgery, and he already is calling out Dan Kobrick for one last match tonight and right now?
I say screw it, let's do it.
Well, of course, Dan the Man would say that too. He tried to throw the first punch, and he sees Scorpio Sky throwing the next punches. Look at this clothesline. Knocks down Dan Kobrick.
Let's go, come on.
Kobrick, oh, come on. Kobrick with a kick that went low. And Scorpio's looking to stop in on the back of Scorpio Sky now.
Come on, we said a match, not a beating, not a massacre. Where's the ref at?
I can't believe that Dan Cobra came out and demanded for Scorpio Sky to announce that he was the reason why he has to.
No, wait, come on now. No, this is the last time this happened, Larry. This is what ended Sky's career. No, come on.
Wait a minute, Chris Cadillac has just come to the ring. Liger Veras just came to the ring as well. Look at this, they're laying it in on a Dan Kubrick. They may have just saved the livelihood of Scorpio Sky. And Scorpio Sky just sends Dan Kubrick out of ringside and throws a chair right back at him.
All right, let's go.
Well, this is definitely one of the most anticipated rematches in AWS history. The reigning AWS Tag Team Champions, the Ballard Brothers, defending the titles once again against Piloto Suicida and Shamu Jr., known as the LA Fockers.
Exactly, and you heard Piloto Suicida a minute ago asking Shannon, one of the Ballards, what kind of match do you want? You want an American match or do you want a Lucha Libre match? And Shane just said a Lucha Libre match.
Well, Shane and Shannon Ballard, no strangers to the Lucha Libre wrestling style. I've seen him wrestle in various Lucha Libre promotions, not only here in Southern California, but also in Tijuana and Mexico as well. So they can go toe-to-toe the Lucha Libre style. They can go toe-to-toe the European style, the Japanese style, and the American style. That is one of the reasons why the Ballard Brothers is such a well-rounded tag team. Whereas Piloto Suicida and Shamu Jr., they have much experience in Lucha Libre, obviously, here in the United States. But also Piloto Suicida, no strangers to international travel as well. He has taken many tours over to Japan as well. So he's accustomed to different wrestling styles as well.
Well, everybody knows that the SoCal wrestling scene is all about that hybrid style, Japanese, American, and Mexican Lucha Libre wrestling. So, I mean, if you wrestle here in SoCal, you better know what you're doing. You better know how to wrestle in every form there is.
And now, wait a minute, look at this. Piloto Suicida taking down Shane Ballard with a head scissors. And is at us, and now look at this, saying that, hey, I could do whatever I want with you.
He said it was a piece of cake.
Oh, and if anyone knows about cakes, it's you, Lalo.
I like cake.
Yes, we know. And again, I apologize for what happened to you 2 nights ago. Before Christmas.
I drink all that Diet Pepsi so I can eat regular cake. Always.
But you had to eat it this last time without a spoon.
I did. It didn't taste as well coming off your glasses as it does with the spoon or fork. And right now you see Shannon Ballard, Irish whip hard into the turnbuckle post, 2 boots to the face.
Sunset flip coming through, but look at this, he rolled through with it, nails him with a drop kick on the Piloto, now goes for the cover, and gets a 2 count.
You know, you see a lot of the EWF regular fans here. We had to say a little disclaimer earlier about the LA Fockers, if you will, and how colorful, I guess you could say, they get with their language.
Well, look at Piloto Suicida. He's wearing very festive colors for this time of year.
It's Christmas time.
But nonetheless, that is true. A lot of the EWF regulars now coming out here to AWS, possibly for the first time, may not be too familiar with the antics of Shamu Jr. Piloto Suicida, who claim they are taking over AWS. And over the last few shows, I almost have to agree with them. They have made such a huge impact in AWS that not only do they have this tag team title rematch, but I mean they have such a following of followers, not as fans, but also as wrestlers as well. There's multiple divisions of this faction. And that is something that the Ballard Brothers may have to think in the back of their minds that they may have to face, just like they faced that super kick from Shamu Jr. But Shannon Ballard came in to make the save. Shane rolls out, and Shannon is in trouble. Ducks a clothesline, got caught by Shamu Jr. Shamu says it's going to be over here as he's going for a powerbomb, it looks like. Or a pile driver. If he went for a pile driver, that's illegal in Lucha Libre. But now look at this, a nice counter by Shannon Ballard out of the powerbomb attempt. Tried to go for the hip toss by Shamu, but look at this, Shamu got taken down and over by an arm drag.
Well, the action Fast and Furious here, very Lucha Libre. I mean, that's the kind of match they called for. That's the kind of match they're getting. As you see a drop down now and a duck under clothesline.
Look at this pickup here, double spine buster by the Ballards. And I told you before, the Ballard Brothers very accustomed to the Lucha Libre style. They're going toe-to-toe with Shamu and Piloto. So far holding their own. Look at this, a double drop kick. Sends Shamu out, but Piloto coming in. vicious impact by that drop kick and a spin wheel kick, taking out Shane Ballard, or Shannon Ballard. And if I get it wrong, I apologize.
Shannon. You can't go wrong with Shannon.
Well, maybe not, but no, wait a minute. Looks like Piloto Suicida could not go wrong with that implant DDT off the ropes. Now has another hook set up here, going for it one more time, dropping Shane Ballard on his head, just like he did Shannon Ballard. And again, he calls this a piece of cake. If this keeps up, we may have new tag team champions, Lalo.
Well, it is a piece of cake. These guys are walking right through Shane and Shannon Ballard, who are accompanied to the ring this evening by the lovely Trina Michaels, who's, I don't know, she's Canadian, though.
I'm so used to seeing Trina Michaels in the corner of Joey Ryan. I guess she decided to switch factions. Oh, now wait a minute. Piloto grabbing a chair from a fan at ringside. Shamu with Shane Ballard on the opposite end of the ring.
I mean, how long did you really think it was going to take this long, Larry, for it to get like this?
No, I was hoping it would be in the ring for a little bit longer. But nonetheless, wait a minute, he's grabbing another chair at ringside.
Oh, this can't be good. What the hell was that over
Shamu
there?
just nailed Shannon Ballard with, I think, a beer can or a beverage container of some type.
Whoa, look at Piloto Suicida. What's he doing?
Piloto Suicida nailed Shane Ballard with a drop kick using the chair as an added springboard. Shannon Ballard just got rammed head first into the ring steps by Shamu. And Trina Michaels at this point, all she's doing is watching, but then again, I wouldn't want to get in the midst of all... Oh no, wait a minute. Shamu just grabbed a bucket. Just grabbed a bucket from underneath the ring that has all the tools. And chairs are being thrown into the ring.
Well, Piloto was asking for a chair.
Well, the last few matches, Piloto Suicida and Shamu Jr. have been creating pyramids of chairs over their opponents. We've seen them do it to members of Los Chivos, and now they're doing it here to the Ballards. They did this to them last time.
But this time it's in the ring.
They're just calling for chairs, and the fans are willingly tossing chairs in the ring.
That one actually made it on there. Look at they're making that hashtag pyramid again, Larry, in the ring.
I think where's Troy Stone? We need to make an announcement to not encourage the fans to throw objects in the ring.
We made that earlier, but
obviously no one's listened or forgot about it.
Well, the Kingpin is, that one actually hit the pyramid.
I mean, I said it before, the LA Fockers, I've said that they've taken over. And this has to be a great example of this. The fans are willingly tossing chairs into the ring on the command of Piloto Suicida.
Piloto Suicida and Shamu Jr. obviously did not get Legos for Christmas in their kids. And look at that! They just made a billboard!
But the match isn't over. They haven't won the belts. How is this legal, Rick Knox?
It's Lucha Libre, Larry. Everything goes in Lucha Libre. What does it mean, Lucha Libre? Literally translated
to freestyle, free fight.
Well, look at this. Shane Ballard or Shannon Ballard now coming back in the ring.
The Ballard that's not underneath the pyramid. He's a lone Ballard fighting after Shamu Jr. Shopping and trying to clear the mess. The pyramid has finally been taken off of his brother as the arena is trying to reset itself. Rick Knox finally getting the chairs out.
Threw one of those plastic molded chairs onto the head of Piloto Suicida. Now both the Ballards concentrating on Shamu Jr. A double Irish whip now. Look at this.
Look at his big hip toss on a Shamu Jr. And a Ballard brother double team coming up here. Look at this using the electric chair drop on a Shamu Jr. And he gets a 2 count. Piloto now trying to come back into the ring, but it's Shane Ballard cutting him off. Shannon Ballard in the ring with Shamu Jr. Picks him right back up, brings him over to his corner. As if it matters at this point which corner he brings him into.
Well, look at that. Trina Michaels now choking out Shamu Jr. along with Shane Ballard. Oh, and look at that. A shot right to the bread basket.
Well, he's not choking him. He's trying to go for the mask.
He's literally trying to tear it off of his face, Larry.
And now on the other end, I believe it's Shannon Ballard also doing the same thing, trying to go for the mask of Piloto Suicida.
Well, look at that. Shane Ballard Shannon, whichever one that was, had him in an octopus stretch, looked like, trying to get the mask off, but no. Now he just tosses him outside the ring.
And again, the Ballard brothers are continuing to single out Piloto Suicida from Shamu Jr. Shamu sent into the ropes again, gets knocked down with a pair of back elbows. And the Balor brothers believe they are in firm control and will retain the tag team titles, but the match isn't quite over yet.
No, it's not. You see they're now concentrating on Shamu Jr. Piloto Suicida trying to come in and help out, only getting tossed outside for his efforts.
Look at this. Now both Ballards trying to take the mask off of Shamu Jr.
And you see Rick Knox now trying to tell him, no, you can't take the mask off. If this is a traditional Lucha Libre match, this will be grounds for disqualification.
That it definitely would. And wait a minute, I thought I heard Shane Ballard ask if anyone wants to see Shamu's face, and at the same time it was Shannon Ballard who threw out Piloto Suicida out of the ring.
Well, where's the mask for a reason, Larry? I don't know what that reason is, but maybe he's not so good looking.
Well, I was going to say it's because of the fact that he's representing his father, Shamu Sr.
So his father's not good looking either?
Well, I wouldn't know that. Now look at this, the Ballards celebrating already, but that celebration may be premature as we have Piloto Suicida in control. Look at this, the Ballards almost collided, and they almost collided again, this time with that hip toss. But look at this, here comes a double takedown, the head scissors, and a headlock takeover by Piloto, and takes him down with one hip toss. Piloto got caught, but not for long, as Shane just drop kicked Shannon, or vice versa. And now look at this, he was set up and over, but lands on the apron. Piloto now charging off the apron. Baseball slide kicks off one of the Ballards and throws the other Ballard off the apron. And now Piloto Suicida is the one who's in control of this matchup.
Well, now I think one of the first legal tags we've seen in this entire match. Piloto tagging in Shamu Jr. Now going to go one-on-one with Shane Ballard, I think.
Or Shannon Ballard.
It's a Ballard.
And he's trying to fight back with Shamu Jr. I'm not sure if he wants to go toe-to-toe with a much larger Shamu Jr. But he's being sent to the ropes. Look at this, Trina Michaels tripping up the leg of Shamu Jr. I think Rick Knox saw it. And now wait a minute, Shamu's chasing after Trina Michaels. Run, Trina, run! Oh, and she just ran into the consoling arms of Shane Ballard. And look at this, used her to kick Shamu Jr. Oh, well, I think Shamu Jr. isn't quite done going after her yet.
Wouldn't be the first guy to try to chase after Trina Michaels.
No, I'm pretty sure it wouldn't. I'm pretty sure she wouldn't be.
I've seen you preparing. I've seen you running laps for that, Larry.
Running lap? What are you talking about?
Never mind. You're getting married. Forgot. Never mind. But wait a second. What?
Look at this in the ring. She tried to kick away at Shamu, but Shamu caught the legs this time. Throws her around. Goes for the clothesline. Trina luckily ducked out of the way, but unfortunately for Shannon, he took a vicious clothesline from Shamu. And Shamu just said, hey, just stay out of my way and you'll be okay.
Well, they see a knife-edge chop and now a reverse Irish whip. Shamu Jr. in the ropes and dropped down by Shane Ballard.
Went for the drop kick, caught him low right across the knee. And that Shamu was just sent flying after that drop kick to the knee. Shannon Ballard now with a chop onto Shamu Jr. in the corner, throws him into the opposite end. Look at this Shamu trying to leapfrog over him, got caught. And Shane Ballard rolled him through, but got taken down with an arm drag. And got taken down once again, this time with another arm drag. Tilt-a-whirl into the backbreaker by Shamu. Here comes Shane Ballard, and he got caught with a tilt-a-whirl slam. There's a cover. Oh, wait a minute, Shane tried to make a save. Missed the elbow drop, there's a cover again. And Piloto Suicida is saying, hey, Rick Knox, did you catch Trina Michaels? Well, definitely the Ballards caught Trina Michaels in that splash.
So does Trina win?
I think Shamu Jr. was just trying to play mind games with the Ballard brothers, and it looks like it worked.
No, the Ballards won with that one.
1, 2, 3.
Rick Knox is trying to restore order as the Ballards are completely confused. They're thrown off their game.
Well, the Ballards actually getting mad at Trina Michaels now.
Look at they're arguing with Rick Knox, asking who made the count, is it legal? And Rick Knox is trying to say, hey, Shamu made the count, it wasn't legal. You guys are still the tag champs, don't worry, but if you don't go after Piloto and Shamu, you may not be the champs for much longer.
Well, Rick Knox, I think, finally able to get the Ballards convinced that this match isn't over.
And wait, Piloto's inviting Trina Michaels to come into the ring. But Shannon Ballard quickly putting a stop to it as he goes for thought he was going for a cover. Instead, he has an octopus stretch, a set-out octopus stretch onto Piloto Suicida. Piloto may give up out of this, but Shamu Jr. coming in. Look at this, he's breaking. I thought he was breaking up Rick Knox's count. Wait a minute.
David Beckham. Oh!
I knew that Shamu was an avid soccer fan and did his impersonation of David Beckham onto the back of Shane Ballard.
They call it football. Where do they come from?
Well, that is true.
Oh my God.
Look at the spinebuster slam by Shamu, and now turns it over into the Boston Crab.
That's the Monterey Crab. They're from Mexico.
The Monterey Crab.
The Monterey Crab.
But now, wait a minute, look at this. It's Shannon Ballard now putting a stop to the Monterey Crab.
Exactly. You saw him sneaking into the right behind him, tiptoeing, if you will. Now look at this, another octopus stretch.
And Piloto Suicida now bringing in a bucket. He's bringing in the same bucket that was hidden underneath the ring with all the tools. And just now, Shannon Ballard with the bucket. Isn't that grounds? Well, I thought it would be grounds for disqualification, but Rick Knox letting it go because this is for the Tag Team Championship of AWS. Look at this plancha over the top rope by Piloto Suicida.
Oh, here's the kamikaze or the suicide pilot.
And now wait a minute, Shannon Ballard with a Plascato onto Piloto Suicida. That was a tongue twister right there.
A lot of alliteration with that one, Larry.
A lot of plus, a lot of please.
Wait, why is Trina Michaels on the apron again? There's no place for her.
Tope Suicida just took out his partner as well as the Ballard brothers. And Trina Michaels can't believe what she just saw. I can't get over what I just saw. Oh, now wait a minute. Piloto trying to steal a kiss from Trina Michaels.
Oh, he kissed his own hand and put it right in her face, and she's not too happy with that.
Now wait a minute. She's up on the apron again, and I think
she taunting?
She's either taunting or she's flirting. Oh! She just slapped Shamu in the face, and now Shamu has a hold of Trina Michaels. Look at this, Trina Michaels being brought into the ring. Oh, Shamu, if you're going to do it, you better do it now. The Ballards are trying to get back up onto their feet. Piloto Suicida is trying to instruct some orders to Shamu. Shamu almost got caught by Trina Michaels. But look at this, we have a cover now by Shane Ballard. Gets a 2 count after having his feet on the ropes. And Trina Michaels is still in the ring. I think she needs to get out of there as fast as she can, otherwise she's gonna get caught! Just like that, she got caught by her own team.
Well, look at this, Shamu Jr. with a power slam. Look at that big splash off the top rope, taking care of Shane Ballard.
Piloto coming back in the ring while...
Oh, big spine buster. Piloto Suicida now follows it up with another huge splash.
This match would be over if they'd gone for the covers instead. They're taking out the Ballard brothers again. Look at this. Send them into the middle of the ring. Have them tie up. Leg tripped them down. What the heck?
Wait a second.
We have a double cover. 2. We have new Tag Team Champions.
Ladies and gentlemen, here are your winners and the new AWS Tag Team Champions, Piloto Suicida and Shamu Jr., the LA Fuckers!
They said they were taking over AWS, and they just did by tying up the Ballard brothers in knots in order to walk away from the AWS store, from the AWS arena, with the Tag Team Championship.
Well, this has been a long time coming, Larry. You know, the LA Fockers said that this was what they were going to do. They were going to take over. Right now, they are on top of the Tag Team division, your new AWS Tag Team Champions.
Well, this, ladies and gentlemen, is just the second half of our double main event as we have the EWF Heavyweight Championship on the line. Black Metal defends the championship against the very man he took the title from, Brandon Gatson. And Black Metal, not wasting any time with Gatson, throws him into the ropes now. Holds on to him just so he can nail him with a knee and then follows up with a headbutt. laying on the attack onto Brandon Gatson, not even giving him a chance to breathe. Look at this. Scoop slams onto Gatson, the former champion. Winds up onto the arm now, knocks him down again, this time with a shoulder block. Gatson barely having a chance to get up onto his feet, and Black Metal is just all over Gatson. Again, as I said, he's not giving him a chance to breathe. But again, he's slowing down the matchup to a pace that he likes. Look at this, Gatson tried to fight back, but Black Metal easily clotheslines him in the corner and knocks him back down. Throwing all of his weight, using all of his power, all of his strength to his advantage, grounding Brandon Gatson.
Well, Black Metal trying to keep this at his pace, like you said. And look at that, Brandon Gatson now trying to turn the fire up as it were. Getting a little hyper, getting a little fired up on his own, now coming off the ropes. Oh! And a nice drop kick right to the knee in the quadricep area, and then another one as well.
Trying to knock down the larger man, and he finally does with that flying 5-arm, hooks the leg, barely gets a 2 count. But look at this, Gatson with a guillotine leg drop to follow up as Black Metal was trying to get up. And again, he could only put him down. I think that time it was a 1 count. But Black Metal charged after Gatson. Gatson sidesteps him, now nails him in the corner with the Mile High.
Black Metal now coming out of the corner, staggered, and look at that, completely knocked out by that big boot right to the side of the head.
There's a cover again, hooks the leg. Could not put him away, only gets a 2 count after that vicious shot to the head, almost knocking him out. Black Metal in the corner for Gatson. Gatson laying in on some shots to the body. Now climbs up the ladder, if you will, climbing up to the top of the champion, trying to knock him down. But Black Metal just grabbing him and holds onto him into that bear hug position. Picks him up, tries to throw him over his shoulder. Gatson with a sunset flip attempt. Could not get him down. Look at this, Black Metal holding onto him by the neck. Knocks him down with a short arm clothesline. The clothesline from the OC version 2.
Well, Black Metal himself down after taking all that punishment. Now just finally able to get at least up to his knees, now back up to his feet.
I think he just said that it's going to be over for Gatson now, but he's taking a little bit too much time trying to go after Gatson. Oh, wait a minute. Here it comes the powerbomb. The long way down. That's the move he used to win the championship back at Vendetta.
He knocks Brandon Gatson completely unconscious. But look at this, Brandon Gatson remembers that fighting out of it.
Whoa.
But a big forearm flooring Brandon Gatson.
Unfortunately for Gatson, he may have missed a powerbomb attempt, but he could not miss that running forearm from Black Metal.
Look at Black Metal now just walking around stalking Brandon Gatson if it were. Look at him taunting him now, telling him, get up, Brandon, get up.
Come on, Brandon.
You wanted this title shot, you need to come and get it. You need to earn it. Well, Brandon Gatson now finally getting up and with the help of the ropes. Oh, with that running knee strike right to the temple. And we all know Brandon's history with head injuries there, Larry.
We all remember that back at Excessive Force with his last man standing match with Mikey Nichols. And oh, wait a minute. You gotta believe that Black Metal remembers it as well. That's why he went for that high knee right across the face, right to the top of the head of Brandon Gatson. Oh, wait a minute now. Bringing him. Oh! Guillotine his head almost clean off with the elbow right across the ring apron.
And Brandon Gatson is not looking good right now, Larry.
Well, he hadn't had too many opportunities to look good in this matchup. Granted, he did manage to get a couple of near falls going for him in his favor, but it was still not enough as Black Metal, clearly in control, took his time outside of the ring to get back in, and now just throws Gatson head first once again, and again head first into the ring post.
Well, it probably wasn't too smart to take that time off outside the ring, even though he was collecting his own thoughts, trying to gather his wits about him. It also gave Brandon Gatson some time to get some stamina back to recharge his batteries, if you will.
Well, he's going to need a lot more time to recharge those batteries, as we're seeing. Oh, no, wait a minute. Maybe not. Look at this swinging neck breaker by Brandon Gatson. Saw an opening and now trying to capitalize on it, but again, the beatdown that he's been receiving from Black Metal is forcing him to not capitalize on it the way he normally would on this opportunity. But he's getting right back up onto his feet. Now, wait a minute, look at this. Black Metal tried to throw a clothesline, missed, and he missed another time. Brandon
Gatson was ducking and dodging, weaving. This is something we haven't seen before from Brandon Gatson. Look at this. We haven't seen that before from Brandon Gatson either.
Well, Brandon Gatson trying to go for some stick and move offense, trying to wear down Black Metal, and it managed to work as Black Metal now in trouble here with the knee. Black Metal tried to throw a kick, but that kick wasn't quite as strong as it normally would have because Brandon Gatson was trying to wear down the leg of Black Metal. And now look at this, snapping the knee back again. Now he has Black Metal right where he wants him, which is grounded.
Exactly. You know what? Look at that. He's still going after that knee there. He's being vicious. He's tearing that knee apart like a surgeon. This is a new Brandon Gatson. I'm not seeing this side from him before, Larry. Usually we see the guy that gets fired up, the fan favorite. But look at this now. He no disregard for the well-being of the other opponent. Now look at that, locking in that figure for a leg lock.
Oh, this is a new fire. This is a new determination in Brandon Gatson. He has changed a lot ever since losing the championship from Black Metal. He's changed after that vicious, brutal war that he had with Mikey Nichols not too long ago. And I gotta say, we have a new Brandon Gatson in store for us, and Black Metal is in trouble here with this figure 4 leg lock. Gatson may walk away as the heavyweight champion once again if he can hold on to this figure 4 much longer. Black Metal trying to crawl for those ropes, and he manages to get to those ropes to force a break.
Look at that. It actually took Brandon Gatson to the 4 count, Larry, to break that hold. Usually Brandon Gatson would have broke it immediately when his opponent hit those ropes, but Brandon Gatson held on to it and it looked like he wanted to do some damage.
Oh, he did some damage, all right, but it was to the official, Christopher Lee, almost spearing him through those ropes. Black Metal got out of the way of that attack from Brandon Gatson, and unfortunately for him, the official got it. Oh no, wait a minute. He's looking. What's Black Metal looking for? Wait, oh, wait a minute.
That's where they put the belt.
He just grabbed the belt. He has the heavyweight championship in his hand. Slowly walking over, throws it back into the ring.
Well, we've seen Black Metal do just about everything he's had to in order to hold on to this belt. And it doesn't look like he wants to relinquish it just yet. Look at this.
Went for the belt, tried to use the belt, but Gatson counters. Gatson going for the Gatling gun. Didn't quite get the full effect that he wanted to, but was it enough to stun him? Was it enough to get a cover? We'll never know. Christopher Lee is still out on the floor.
He might just be dead after getting speared by Brandon Gatson. I mean, that takes down a normal man like Black Metal. Imagine what it would do to a referee.
Well, not only that, he took a nasty spill out of the floor at ringside. And you have to take into that account as well the impact he suffered crashing down. Gatson now realizing we need an official, trying to get him right, trying to get him back up, trying to see if he's coherent enough to make a 3 count. And Black Metal now is back up, getting back up onto his feet, and he has the belt firmly in his grasp. And he measures Gatson, nails Gatson, look at this, turns him inside out with the belt shot. And now it's Black Metal throwing the referee in. Oh, now wait a minute, come on, one. Don't let it end like this. Oh, it's gonna end like this. Black Metal retains the heavyweight championship here tonight.
Ladies and gentlemen, the winner of this match, and still EWF heavyweight champion, Black Metal.
Black Metal using the belt to his advantage to retain the heavyweight championship over the man he took the belt from back at Vendetta 2. Well, ladies and gentlemen, this is it. This is the main event the wrestling world has been looking forward to since the announcement of United Forces, since the announcement of the Super Show between EWF and AWS. There you see as the championships are being hoisted in the air. 3 titles will be decided here tonight as we have 3 champions in the ring right now. TJ Perkins, who is currently one half of the EWF Tag Team Champions, and a former NWA Heritage Champion and AWS Light Heavyweight Champion.
Ball is for the AWS Light Heavyweight Championship. Your referee in charge is Chris Massey.
And Troy Stone, he gave the rules earlier, and he just announced that this first fall is for the Light Heavyweight Championship. of AWS, currently around the waist of Scott Loss.
And we all know where that AWS Light Heavyweight Championship came from, Larry.
Oh,
that man is in the ring right now, and that man is TJ Perkins.
That is right. It was back at the AWS 6-year anniversary show when TJ Perkins, a longtime champion, had the championship for almost a year to the date until he finally lost it to Scott Loss. And Scott Loss since then has yet to find a challenger that could surpass him for that championship. But we have two great contenders here. Wait a minute, look at this, taking every advantage both these individuals can. TJ Perkins and Ryan Taylor almost picking up a victory over Scott Loss. Scott Loss throws TJ into the ropes. TJ holds on and sends Scott Loss up and over, and he got crushed onto the ropes. Ryan Taylor knocks down Scott Loss. Wait a minute, there's a schoolboy roll-up. And TJ almost reclaimed the light heavyweight championship.
No, that's something we have to clarify here too, Larry. This is a standard triple threat, but it's 3 falls. The champion doesn't have to be pinned in order to lose his title. Oh my God!
He may have knocked some teeth out of the mouth of TJ Perkins with that drop salt.
He might have, but like I said, Larry, I mean, TJ Perkins could legitimately win the AWS Light Heavyweight title by pinning Ryan Taylor.
That is correct. Look at this. Scott Loss tried to go for the Superman. TJ blocked it, nails him with a drop kick. Ryan Taylor, springboard missile drop kick, knocks down TJ Perkins. Taylor now trying to go after Scott Loss. Scott nails him with a back elbow. Went for the spinning back kick, was blocked. Rolls through out of the attempt. A roll under. Oh, a nice clothesline onto TJ Perkins. Scott missing the clothesline. Now holds on to Taylor, throws him into the corner, charges after him. Superman battering ram, didn't quite get the full effect, but he caught the full effect of that roundhouse by TJ Perkins. TJ is sent into the ropes, floats over Ryan Taylor. Taylor not coming out, but he got caught. Oh no, he did. He caught TJ. TJ trying to lock in a triangle submission. Taylor thought he had a pinfall.
He does.
Wait a minute. TJ Perkins just made Ryan Taylor tap out.
Ladies and gentlemen, your winner of fall number 1 and the new AWS Light Heavyweight Champion, TJ Perkins.
Well, wait a second, no rest for the weary, Larry. We see a quick roll-up. Oh, and Scott Loss almost won the NWA Heritage Championship.
Ladies and gentlemen, this fall is for the NWA Heritage Championship.
Well, TJ Perkins hanging himself in the ropes, and Scott Loss trying to go for that Tope Suicida through the top of middle rope.
And here are the two men that were fighting over the Heritage Championship 2 weeks ago back at Holiday Fear in the title on the pole match.
You know, and this is actually TJ Perkins' rematch. He was the one who was able to get in here after Sky was unable to compete. And they said, you want this match, you got it, but this is your rematch. Know now that you might not win your Heritage title back. You got to go up against 2 other men. And he said, that's fine. I want it now. Look at this. Roll up, but no, only a 2 count, Larry.
TJ Perkins now caught here by Scott Loss with a camel clutch. Scott Loss has already lost 1 title. We just saw how quickly it took to lose a championship. And again, you had pointed out, Scott Loss did not have to be involved in the fall. And in this case, Ryan Taylor does not have to be necessarily involved in the fall for him to lose the Heritage Championship.
No, he doesn't, but you see right now, Scott Loss trying to concentrate on Ryan Taylor, keeping him out of the ring and just isolate TJ Perkins. Not a bad strategy, but you're talking about TJ Perkins, one of the most technically sound wrestlers in professional wrestling. Right now, Larry, though, I gotta say that I think we have the 3 most technically sound wrestlers in the EWF, in the AWS, and in the NWA right now.
Well, and if you don't believe us, ladies and gentlemen, did you see all the gold that was around the waist of all of these competitors? We have TJ Perkins, who just won the light heavyweight championship. Scott Loss, the former light heavyweight champ, and also the defending heavyweight champion. Ryan Taylor, not only the Heritage champion, but also the EWF American champion as well.
And TJ didn't even bring out the EWF Tag Team title with him. That's another piece of gold. I mean, what is that, like 97 pounds of gold? And you see a hook of the leg, but only a 2 count. Justin Borden, our official, for the 2nd fall for the NWA Heritage Championship.
And Scott Loss almost became the new NWA Heritage Champion, a belt that he has yet to hold, but he may have his chance to win that belt here tonight.
And a very deserving contender, too. I mean, like I said, let's go down the list of names. Scrap Iron Adam Pierce, Sean X-Pac Waltman, TJ Perkins, and now Ryan Taylor. I mean, this is a prestigious belt, Larry. Everybody wants to chase after this title. And right now, Scott Lost is in perfect position up against Ryan Taylor in order to try to get that NWA Heritage Championship around his waist.
Taylor definitely has to be involved in this fall in order for him to at least retain the championship. Scott Lost is going to want to say otherwise, but Ryan Taylor knocks him down with a beautiful drop kick, great elevation, and that drop kick now goes for the cover and does not retain his championship.
No, he doesn't. But right now, Ryan Taylor mounting Scott Lost and punching away at him. Justin Borden administering the count. Those are clearly closed fist punches, Larry, and those are illegal.
Well, Ryan Taylor is no stranger to Scott Lost. He has challenged Scott Lost on 2 occasions for both the light heavyweight championship and heavyweight championship of AWS.
Wait a second, look at Mondo Vega. He's attacking and assaulting TJ Perkins on the outside with that clutch. And now look at Aiden Riley. She's choking out Scott Lost on that middle rope.
Come on, we have 3 officials out here. Can we get a couple of them to eject Mondo Vega and Aiden Riley away from ringside so we can see a clear-cut competition between these 3 great competitors, between these 3 great champions? That's what I want to see. That's what this is all about. That's what AWS and EWF are all about. Great competition from our talent pool.
Well, you're seeing a great match in the ring right now between Ryan Taylor and Scott Lost, as it were. Unfortunately, it's still a triple threat 3-fall match. TJ Perkins now finally able to get back in the ring after being assaulted and mauled by Aiden Riley and Mondo Vega. And now see him fighting back now against Ryan Taylor with shots to the head. And now look at this, Irish whip and a beautiful drop kick. None better than TJ Perkins at the drop kick, flooring Ryan Taylor. Look at Scott Lost up in the corner, trying to catch his breath, trying to bide his time.
Well, TJ Perkins definitely wants another chance at Ryan Taylor. He wants to take the gold away from him the same way Ryan Taylor took the gold away from TJ Perkins. Granted, there were some other circumstances that caused TJ Perkins to lose the match, but nonetheless, Ryan Taylor managed to walk away from the Knights of Columbus Hall with the NWA Heritage Championship and the double titles on a pole match. And now look at this, Ryan Taylor raking the eyes of TJ Perkins after TJ threw Scott Lost out of the ring.
And now look at this, Ryan Taylor choking out TJ Perkins, Justin Borden right on top of things. And look at that, going right back after that choke after Justin broke it up.
Ryan Taylor's reminding Justin, hey, I have a 5 count before I have to break. He's going to take every advantage that he can in order to retain the championship here. Unfortunately for him, disqualifications and countouts may not be too much of a factor because of the fact that there's another competitor in the ring. Well, at this point, Scott Lost is still out at ringside, trying to regain some breath. Taylor now with a double leg takedown onto TJ Perkins, trying to pull him out of the way, and he does, pulls him right into the center of the ring.
And now look at this, Ryan Taylor with a boot right to the midsection of TJ Perkins. Scott Lost now making his way back into the ring. Poke of the leg, but not even barely a 1 count before Scott Lost broke it up.
Scott Lost throws Ryan Taylor into the ropes, misses the clothesline, charges after. Look at it, it's a double clothesline. Both men had the right idea. Both men were thinking the exact same thing, and unfortunately, both men had to take the brunt of the fall. It's anybody's game now at this point in this second fall for the NWA Heritage Championship.
Well, TJ Perkins, the first man to his feet, moving Ryan Taylor out of the way and going after Scott Lost.
Throws him into the corner, now charging after him. TJ got caught by Scott Lost with a kick. Scott now up on the middle ropes, lunging after him, but he got caught with a jawbreaker, a pair of feet right to the face. Ryan Taylor, waistlock, German suplex with the bridge, holds on. Almost retained the Heritage Championship. Almost. And already he's upset that he did not retain the title here tonight. Trying to go after TJ Perkins, but Scott Lost right there to meet him. Spinning back kick into the midsection. Spinning front kick to knock him out.
He calls it the big fat kill, and I think he just went and killed Ryan Taylor with that. Whoa, TJ Perkins now fighting back against Scott Lost. Ryan Taylor completely out of it. Irish whip out by TJ Perkins. Going for the super kick, but Scott Lost holding on.
Wait a minute, look at this. Scott Lost managed to kick out TJ Perkins, and he kicked out from underneath the legs of Ryan Taylor. We're going to have a new Heritage Champion right here, trying to lock in the sharpshooter. All he has to do is turn it over.